feeling so good. But I had a thing that I wanted to read in regards of activated charcoal. I don't know. I haven't done that much research on it, but I had a page which had been closed down, and I found it by one of these going back. What is it called? The Web Archive, pretty much, and should be here. It shouldn't be that much, but let's see if we can turn it around here. Some say it's pretty good in regards of things and all that, so let's... Anyway, activated charcoal powder, Untruth and Truth. Tom Harrelson revives 12/11, I guess 2013, in regards to the Roman pagan sun calendar, the Julian Gregorian bullshit. Anyway, here are common untruths, misinformation, and disinformation about activated charcoal powder that have been disseminated for many years. I guess disseminated would be also used when they use in regards of fungus, disseminating in your body, or metastasizing like cancer, as they say. But again, if cancer is just fungus, you could pretty much use both words, right? But anyway, spreading around in the body, for example. But anyway, that of course, this is talking about spreading around in regards of the public. That have been disseminated for many years, plus proven truth about activated charcoal powder. And I think there's a lot of these Satanists out there promoting a lot of bullshit, pretty much, and trying to distort the waters, what is truth and what is not true. Because if you can keep the people, sick, they have a harder time to actually be, healthy, and they, if they're healthy, they might actually focus on reading their Bible and figuring out what is actually going on, and figuring out that the Jesuits are pretty much the special soldiers of the Antichrist and pretty much ruling the world. Any case, untruth number one, if they read the Bible in regards to the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation, they would figure out who the Antichrist is. And of course, the devil don't like to have that exposed. So, and that would of course be in regards to the Antichrist, is in regards of the papacy. The office and seat of the papacy is the Antichrist of the number 666, or the beast of the number 666. And the whore riding the beast, by the way, is Rome, drunken by the blood of the saints. So, untruth number one, activated charcoal powder will cause someone to have constipation. Truth number one, activated charcoal powder will not cause someone to have constipation. Researchers found that if a person is constipated and then drinks charcoal slurry, and as I understand it, it's like when you put some charcoal in some water and shake it up and drink it, for example, the activated charcoal powder will pack up in the colon due to blockages, which are already present in the colon. So in regards of if in regards of constipation, it might be because there's already blockages in the colon, apparently, which are already present in the colon. And if that person does colon cleansing, then he or she can drink each and every glass of charcoal slurry without having the activated charcoal powder back up in the colon. Again, I don't have that much experience with these things and all that. So, note, activated charcoal powder will correct diarrhea. If a person has severe diarrhea, as to say IBS, Crohn's disease, and colitis, that we go in regards to one of these itis, and itis was inflammation, so I guess it must be some kind of inflammation in regards to colitis. He or she should drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of charcoal slurry per day to stop the diarrhea. Okay. No idea how it works and all that, because I haven't really tried much. I do have some activated charcoal pills, but that's pretty much it. Untruth number 2, activated charcoal powder is a carcinogenic substance. Truth number 2. Activated charcoal powder is not a carcinogenic substance. Researchers found that when meat is being barbecued, the fats drip down into the red-hot charcoal briquettes, not charcoal only, which then can get seared, resulting in the formation of carcinogenic substances, HCAs and benzopyrene, which next rise upward and lastly are absorbed into the barbecue meat. Okay, so untruth number 3. Activated charcoal powder will absorb nutrients in the food that a person eats. Truth number 3. Activated charcoal powder will not absorb the nutrients. Russian researchers have found that activated charcoal powder absorbs efficient electrical action, not absorb inefficient mechanical action. Toxins, synthetic, inorganic, and organic substances, before they can compete with the oxygen and the nutrients, natural vitamins and organic minerals, which are trying to pass through the cell membrane, and so the activated charcoal does not absorb nutrients from the food, but it increases the efficiency of nutrient absorption. Okay, I guess he's trying to say that it takes the toxins away that normally would maybe be a problem in regards of, while the body is trying to absorb, and having the toxins away, it's easier for the body to actually absorb the nutrients. Is that what? I don't know. I think that's what I'm getting from this. So they're not competing, because the toxins are not, if the toxins are removed, they're not competing with the nutrients, and thereby the nutrients can easily be absorbed by the body, as far as I understand here. That sounds pretty good. Untruth number 4. Activated charcoal powder will absorb the nutrients in the supplements that a person takes. Truth number 4. Activated charcoal powder will not absorb natural organic nutrients in the supplements that a person takes. Researchers found that activated charcoal powder will not absorb the nutrients such as natural vitamins and organic minerals that are in supplements. Activated charcoal powder will though absorb the nutrients such as the synthetic vitamins and inorganic minerals that are in these supplements. So what pretty much have been made by man and inorganic minerals apparently will be absorbed, but not the rest. Anyway. More truth. Researchers found that activated charcoal powder helps to powerfully detox a person who is very ill. Editor's note: I have worked with serious ill, as to say cancer, diabetes, AIDS, and so forward, people for 15 plus years, and if they drank 10 to 12 glasses of charcoal slurry per day, they would almost always get well again. But if she did not drink these higher amount of charcoal slurry while his or her body was detoxing itself, he or she would usually die. Because the excess toxins going into her bloodstream would overwhelm his or her detoxification organs, as to say the liver, kidneys, intestines, lungs, skin. Activated charcoal powder act as that's good amount of charcoal slurries, 10 to 12 glasses. That sounds pretty much over a day. Per day. Okay. Anyway, activated charcoal powder acts like a powerful electrical sponge, attracting and holding on to most of the toxins being eliminated by your body, thus allowing your body to rid itself of the much lower amount of toxins which remain. Let's see here. Being eliminated by your body, thus allowing your body to rid itself of the much lower amount of toxins which remain. Oh, okay. Okay, so if there's a lower amount in the body, putting the charcoal in will help the body to even get that out of the body, I guess. Easier to get out the last bit. Researchers also have found that activated charcoal powder is a real lifesaver. All emergency rooms in the hospital and clinics which are in the US use activated charcoal slurry for food, drug, and chemical poisonings, as well as poisoning from the bites of poisonous insects and reptiles. I do remember in regards to the story where, the monkeys was eating charcoal from, people. I don't know what the difference is in regards of activated charcoal or not activated. I think it was something in regards of putting dirt over it and then letting it not, you set it on fire, and began the thing, and then you put dirt over it or something like that. I think I've seen something in regards to that. And then they just let it sit there and, pretty much coal out, not burn like a stand on fire, but just burn out. I do wonder, they probably will start it as a fire in the beginning, I guess, and then just, while it's going, and then just put it over. I don't know. I can't remember. I guess one could find something in regards of on the internet in regards to that. Anyway, I've had food poisoning myself several times, and charcoal slurry has completely and quickly eliminated this serious life-threatening problem. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go a little back here. So all emergency rooms in the hospitals and clinics, which are in the US, use activated charcoal slurry for food, drug, and chemical poisonings, as well as poisonings from the bites of poisonous insects and reptiles, saving many lives. I've had food poisoning myself several times, and charcoal slurry has completely and quickly eliminated this serious life-threatening problem. Okay, guess that might be a good thing if the Jesuits tries to poison you then. I don't know if it works on everything, but I don't know. The Jesuits are used to use the poisonous cup to get people, killed. That's one of their weapons anyway. The devil's children, pretty much. Final comment, please remember that activated charcoal powder does not take part in any chemical reactions in the body, but it does act like a powerful electric sponge, attracting and holding onto any gases, fluids, and or solids which do not belong in your body. Sounds pretty cool, actually. That sounds actually pretty cool. So I could just eat a little charcoal every day without any problem, and then actually have it sponge up all the bad things in my. That sounds pretty good, There's one more thing in regards of the page is already pretty much done. There's something in regards of reading more information, but not all of the links work. So let's open that's in regards of pursuing, ordering activated code. There was more information on one of the links where they talked. Oh. I'm glad that was only gas coming out. I guess this was one that there was not that one. Was one of the other sites here. Universal antidote and detoxifier that extends life. Activated charcoal. Let's try that one. PhD. Yeah, I think that was the one. Where there was some more information in regards of activated charcoal. And that's a lot more information, it seems, I must say. I'm getting really hot now. I guess it looks more like one of these doctor articles. Journal of the Mega Health Society, July 1989. The Universal Antidote and Detoxifier that Extends Life, Activated Charcoal by Richard C. Kaufman, PhD. Activated charcoal is highly absorbent, gritty black material that is commonly found in the air and water filters. Activated charcoal is created by carbonizing organic, and you can buy what is like activated charcoal and put it in water to filter the water as well. They talk about anyway. So activated charcoal is highly absorbent, gritty black material that is commonly found in air and water filters. Activated charcoal is created by carbonizing organic matter in a kiln under anaerobic conditions. So activated charcoal is created by carbonizing organic matter in a kiln under anaerobic conditions. That would be, I guess, without air, if I remember correctly, in regards of anaerobic. We could, of course, have a look in regards of the doctor thing. I still have it. It hasn't closed down as of yet in regards of Stedman's Medical. Maybe I can just find it in the standard actually that I have. So open to my standard. Yeah. Living or active in the absence of free oxygen. Yeah, so that's pretty good. I got that right, but again, when you're reading doctors, they always talk in these anyway. So under anaerobic conditions and activating the material with oxidizing gases like steam or air at high temperatures, this oxidative process erodes and charcoal's internal surfaces and increases its absorption capacity by creating an internal network of very fine pores, usually bone char, coconut shell. Bone char? What is bone char? Is that from bones? Coconut shells, peat, coal, petroleum coke, and sawdust are the starting materials for making activated charcoal. Also in regards of coconut shell seems to be... Well, anyway, early use of charcoal. The medical uses for charcoal dates back to the Egyptian papyrus of 1550 BC, before Christ, during the time of Hippocrates, 400 BC. During the time of Hippocrates, 400 BC, physicians treated epilepsy and anthrus with charcoal. In the 700s, charcoal was often prescribed for bilious problem, excessive bile excretion. After the development, I do wonder in regards of this might actually be a very good tool, maybe to actually help on some of the issues. Yeah, that would be interesting to actually try out. If there would be any change of actually just fixing that into your diet, right? That would be anyway. After the development of the charcoal activation process, 1870 to 1920, many reports appeared in medical journals about activated charcoal as an antidote for poisons and a cure for intestinal disorders. I do wonder, because the monkeys was not eating activated charcoal, they were just eating charcoal, So I guess some of the same things must be in regards to the charcoal. Contemporary charcoal use. Modern research has validated most of the early uses for charcoal and discovered exciting new applications. This article will discuss the many important therapeutic, I don't know what therapeutic or overall is meaning, but let's see, tending to cure, restore to health. Okay. So healing, a remedy, or remedial, apparently helpful. Something that can help, apparently. To cure disease or relieve pain or something. Okay, yeah. So I guess one could just put a little in the water, maybe. If there's no problem in regards to the food and all that, one could just put a little in the water every time, right? And just let it, and then it will also clean the water at the same time, right? So a little in the water and then drinking, and then it will, go on doing its thing, I would think, in the body. So modern research has validated most of the early uses for charcoal and discovered exciting new applications. This article will discuss how the many important therapeutic uses for activated charcoal. Universal antidote for drugs, chemicals, and poisons. So the number 1 is universal antidote for drugs, chemicals, and poisons. Number 2, systemic clearance of drugs and intoxicants. 3, general detoxification. 4, anti-aging and life extension. So anti-aging, apparently. So this, I guess, if it actually removes the poisons from the body, then the body would, of course, have less of a struggle. So that seems to make make sense. So if you help the body to detoxify, Um, Reducing cholesterol, coronary disease, and arteriosclerosis. Counteracting pathogens. Interesting. That would be harmful organisms. Intestinal complaints. That's interesting as well. So antidote for drugs, chemical, and poisons. Activated charcoal has the well-earned reputation of being a universal antidote. It can absorb most organic chemicals, many inorganic chemicals, and countless poisonous substances before they can cause harm. The table below lists different examples of the type of substances that activated charcoal can counteract. How well activated charcoal really works in practical situations depend on several different factors. And in regards to the story, in regards to the monkey, was that the monkeys was eating something that was poison, but that they didn't die. But what they did was to eat charcoal. They were stealing charcoal from the fires of men, according to the story, and was eating it, and thereby they didn't get hurt by eating the plants. So how well activated charcoal really works in practical situations depend on several different factors. The type of toxicant, its chemical structure and physical properties, the amount and type of charcoal ingested, and number 3, the length of time from toxin ingestion to activated charcoal ingestion. And I think also vitamin C was also said to be anti-poisonous. There was that fungus thing, where he ate a fungus that was poison and he took something. I just don't remember what he took to actually. I can't remember if it might have been vitamin C that he took or whatever. He had a cure for this, an antidote for against this thing. The contents of your intestinal fluids and intestinal transport efficiency. Okay, so that's number 4. As a general rule, a single large dose of activated charcoal should be taken as soon as possible after ingesting a poison. The amount of activated charcoal should exceed the toxic substance by a factor of 8, a ratio 8 to 1. In other words, if you're poisoned with 5 grams of a chemical, you need to take at least 40 grams of activated charcoal. Other researchers recommend different doses. Some experts believe a 10 to 1 ratio is correct. Still, other experts recommend a fixed amount to 50 to 100 grams. Oh, that's a good amount. That's a good amount. I guess if you're poisoned, I recommend ingesting a minimum of 50 grams of activated charcoal as a counter poison, because ingesting large amounts of activated charcoal is harmless, and taking too little is ineffective. Besides, how often in the case of an emergency can you precisely determine the amount of the poison? The actual effectiveness of activated charcoal will vary, so take more than you think you require. 50 grams, that's 50 grams, okay, okay. Activated charcoal should be taken within 30 minutes of ingesting the poison. The longer the delay, the less effective activated charcoal will be. On some poisons, delaying more than 30 minutes decreases the effectiveness of the activated charcoal as an antidote by up to 60%. Okay, so as quickly as you understand that you're taking something that is poisonous, then get on with the activated coal. Apparently, the bottom line is plain and simple: keeping activated charcoal in your medicine cabinet and taking it if you are poisoned could save your life and money as well. It has been estimated that use of activated charcoal for treating poisonings could reduce the stay in extensive care from 3 to 4 days to 1, saving $100 billion in healthcare costs and preventing unnecessary disabilities and death. But money, they like to, let's see. I guess someone wrote back to me. Oh, okay. Roger that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, great. Let's get back to it. That was okay. Yep. It has been estimated that use of activated charcoal for treating poisoners could reduce the stay in extensive care from 3 to 4 days to one, saving over $100 million in health care cost and preventing unnecessary disabilities and death. Systemic clearance of drug and intoxicants. Systemic clearance of drugs and intoxicants. Um, uh, Systemic clearance of drug and intoxicants. Nowadays, activated charcoal is often used to clear drugs and intoxicants that can enter the body through the intestinal tract and even by injection and other routes. The systemic clearance of toxic substances or detoxification. Well, so clearance of toxic substances or detoxification by activated charcoal is accomplished by taking multiple daily doses. Even by injection or other routes, okay. So apparently it seems to be pretty effective to actually clear toxins out of your body. Of course, the medical mafia, if this is true, the medical mafia, of course, wouldn't have the people know that a cheap product like that could do all these things, you know. That's the thing, we're kept, all the information is kept away from us. And the thing is, it seems like these, children of Satan is out there and just pushing all these lies and deception. So it's harder for people actually having health issues to actually turn the boat around because it's pretty, because they're not allowed to actually have the information that they're seeking, It's getting hard. They're diluting they're, what is it called? Not diluting the waters. They are, wow, there must be some air in here since the paper goes down and forward. I wonder where that air is coming from because I don't think I have any. Well, of course, it's an older building and all that. Just interesting to see it moving back and forward. That's interesting. I can see if I can. See here if we can get a picture of it, maybe. No, we did that one. See if we can zoom on it. Can we zoom? Should be able to zoom, shouldn't I? I thought I could zoom in this mode. Oh, there we go. It's just a little slow. Huh. Can see it like. Actually, am I hitting the right one? Oh, I think this. Oh, there we go. Wee. So apparently there must be some air in here that is flowing through the air since it goes up and down. I guess it might look a little spooky, right? Like, why would it do that, right? But you can see that's, what was it, in regards of the small paper, there's some, I can see that moves as well. I don't know if maybe in regards of the heating thing, might be something in regards of the, that might be actually the heating, might have a effect on that. I don't know. What's moving? Wow. Can we see that's, there we go. Wee. Anyway, getting back to the text here. My bad. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, there we go. Okay, so let's see here. accomplished by taking multiple daily doses. So, of course, you would need a lot more than you would need a good amount. The things that I bought is just, and I don't dare to take it at the moment because I'm taking diflucan, and diflucan would, of course, be a synthetic drug that they have made and created. So the charcoal would probably end up actually swallowing up the diflucan, and I don't want to do that because that's in regards of taking out the fungi. So, but maybe afterwards might be a really good idea to actually look into, charcoal, and maybe I should try to make my own because that would be cheapest, and I don't have that much resources actually. I'm on the red letters on the bottom line. So, but I do have some time. So, if I can figure out how to do it, I could maybe fix something out, and probably also get a good amount of it and try it out and see if I can actually make some goodies. Activated charcoal detoxifies the body in several manners. And again, I don't know what the difference would be in regards of charcoal and activated charcoal, because it seems like charcoal also works, but I'm not sure if it's less effective or what. That might be the thing. I'm not entirely sure. Because again, you get charcoal from, burning wood as well, and I've seen people eat that as well and say that that actually is helpful as well. So anyway, activated charcoal detoxifies the body in several manners. One, it purifies 6 to 8 liters of digestive fluids that are secreted daily, which in turn helps remove foreign substances from the blood. So that would of course be nice. So you in some sense end up also purifying your body's blood, it seems. So absorbs the intoxicant substances and its metabolites that are excreted into the small intestine from the biliary tract, and it says bile tract, preventing the reabsorption. So absorbs the intoxicant substances and its metabolites that are excreted into the small and metabolites. I think that's in regards to when the body do something with something. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure, but anyway. Number 3, absorbs drugs that diffuse back into the stomach and intestines. And 4, decreases the detoxification workload of the liver. And that, of course, that would be nice, right? If we can actually, so activated, it's incredible that I'm 35 years old. And all these things that I'm learning, and people are, these things we should have known, from the beginning, from the very childhood. And sadly, that doesn't seem to. Anyway, apparently my Facebook is going like people responding and all that. So it's just, oh well. So activated charcoal shortens the time it takes an intoxicant to leave the system and decreases the direction and intensity of symptoms. I found that people who take activated charcoal after drinking alcohol or taking recreational drugs such as cocaine or amphetamines recover quickly. I recommend activated charcoal as part of the drug recovery program to ease withdrawal symptoms and reduce drug cravings. Reduce drug craving. Other nutrients that help are the neurotransmitter precursors L-tyrosine, L-tryptophan, L-phenylalanine, choline, and DMAE, dimethylaminoethanol, or whatever. Long name. Even experts disagree on the best way of using multiple doses of activated charcoal to remove intoxicants. I do want to just put it in the meat, I guess, in the grounded meat, just put a little, I wonder how that would actually taste in regards to the meat. Liquor or brew containing alcohol. Okay, intoxicants we're talking about. I'm not going to drink alcohol anyway, so. So even experts disagree on the best way of using multiple doses of activated charcoal to remove intoxicants. Most protocols that would apparently include alcohol. Most protocols are based on experience with drug overdosage. In actual clinical situations, the activated charcoal regimen is optimized to the patients. The doctor considers the type of toxic substance, severity of intoxication, the digestive functions, and electrolyte balance. And I'm like, well, if the activated charcoal is pretty much nearly of no problem in regards of health risk, that should just be something that the people should know about, For mild overdoses and intoxication, I suggest up to 80 to 100 grams divided into 4 to 6 daily doses of activated charcoal until the symptoms are eliminated. Consult an expert who can optimize your regimen. For a dangerous overdose, call your physician or hospital immediately. General detoxification. Very few health practitioners realize that activated charcoal is the best single supplement for problem. See if we can get some power to the beast. The mobile. Okay, let's see here. There we go. So let's see, food, air, water, and substance that contact. So let's see, yeah. Very few health practitioners realize that activated charcoal is the best single supplement for enhancing detoxification. Detoxification is an ongoing biological process that prevents toxins from infectious agents, food, air, water, and substances that contact the skin. From destroying health, chronic exposure to toxins produce cellular damage, diverse diseases, allergic-like reactions, compromised immunity, and premature aging. So it's the best. Very few health practitioners realize that activated charcoal. Isn't that wonderful if God gave us the most wonderful detoxification through activated charcoal? Everybody can, should be able to, if they know how, to get access to it, right? So very few health practitioners realize that activated charcoal is the best single supplement for enhancing detoxification. Detoxification is an ongoing biological process that prevents toxins from infectious agents, food, air, water, and substances that contact the skin. From destroying health, chronic exposure to toxins produces cellular damage. Diverse disease, allergic-like reactions, compromised immunity, and premature aging. Would be, if it actually works as a in some sense, what is it called? Not a fungi. Well, in regards to these, and just sucking all the, that's pretty incredible. That would be nice if the blood then could, if the body can get rid of the toxins through that way, that would be awesome. So I guess if I have like grounded meat for cooking, I guess one could probably put charcoal in it. And just to the point where, one could find out how much, and other good herbs, antifungal herbs, usually I've had put different, if I have grounded meat, you just put these herbs or whatever you have at your hand, at herbs and salt and whatever, you can put it in a bowl and then just put the meat in there and, fix it up so it becomes part of the meat. But sometimes I've been putting too much of things in, and then it doesn't really taste much of meat. So just be aware of that. You would just need a little. If you could dose yourself a little every day, where you get antifungals into your body. If you could just make different things of it and just mix it. Of course, you do cook it on the pan and all that. I do understand that. So it might not be as effective if it actually was directly, but at least you can do something. You can, anyway. So I guess maybe one could also, just fix it and maybe put it in the fridge for an hour or two or something like that, just so it seeps into the meat. I don't know. I don't know if that would be anything, but sometimes when you make chili wings and all that, you would make a marinade and you would make them stand for 24 hours or whatever, to suck it up, and so the meat sucks these things. I do want, maybe you could do the same thing in regards to grounded meat. The idea is to make it as easy as possible, and and fix the job, right? So the whole idea is pretty much to have, I guess, a diet that is antifungal, and have and help the body as much as possible on every kind of level. I really need to find that woman that actually wrote in regards of, when I was talking about diflucan, and she talked about binders and this and that. And binders is apparently charcoal would be considered a binder. Psyllium would be considered a binder. And apparently there's other different kinds of binders out there. And again, a binder apparently is something that apparently binds to things in the gut, as far as I understand it. So, yeah. I'm growing. I'm getting information for sure. I must say my brain is pretty much. It just feels like it's overdone pretty much. But again, maybe the activated charcoal will actually help again to, if it begins to if it makes another way for the body to get the toxins away from the body, you could probably, if that, that would be an awesome thing, I think that would be a very, very good help for the body, That would be an amazing way, I think, for the body to actually help, help your body to detoxify. So I understand that would be pretty cool. There are two ways of using activated charcoal in the daily detox plan that I've found work well and recommend. Use activated charcoal on 2 consecutive days each week. What is consecutive? One after the other. Okay, so use it 2 days. Okay. Each week, take 20 to 35 grams each day, divided into 2 to 3 doses. It seems to be, I guess a good amount. But if you put it in meat, you probably wouldn't. I don't know how the meat would taste and all that. But yeah. Take in the morning, at midday, and before bed on an empty stomach. Avoid excessive calories or unhealthy foods on those days. Well, I think why not every day, active, get away from unhealthy foods, right? I guess he's maybe thinking that the unhealthy foods might have something that would then maybe the activated coal would take it or whatever and make it less effective. But again, why wouldn't you just keep on a healthy diet all the week? Take about 20 grams. So number 2, take about 20 grams a day of activated coal in divided doses for several months. Follow activated coal usage by a 1 month break and resume the cycle. If you plan on using activated charcoal daily, consult your physician. I would be your doctor, but how much would the doctor know about activated charcoal? I don't know. Of course, I could try to ask him, hey, do you know in regards to, whatever? Yeah, I just don't know what they would say to that, Of course, as long as I'm not on all that drugs, there shouldn't be a problem, right? In regards of... So, but I do want, it seems like from what I'm reading is that it actually works on all the unnatural things that pretty much not natural belong in the body, and all the good things, it will just let pass, and better absorption and easier for the body to get rid of toxins. That seems to be plus. There's a lot of pluses here, it seems. Apparently also what was helping the gut and all that. It seems pretty amazing, as far as I can read here. Take about 20 grams a day of activated charcoal in divided doses for several months. Follow activated charcoal usage by 1 month break and resume the cycle. So follow activated charcoal usage by a month break and resume the cycle. If you plan on using activated charcoal daily, consult your physician. I guess the best physician you have is the one you see in the mirror. If they just, gave you the real information of things, right? Again, I do wonder in regards to making... I actually did make some... I do wonder, if you make it out from... seaweed. You should have a lot of, I don't know, good nutrients, and I don't know how that would. In addition to activated charcoal, the ideal detoxification prescription includes sauna bath, exercise, special diet and supplements, unsaturated fatty acids, vitamin C, niacin, proteolytic, protein digesting enzymes, and a comprehensive multiple nutrient formula, anti-aging and life extension. Dr. V.V. Frolkis, a famous Russian gerontologist, and his colleagues have discovered that activated charcoal is a potent life-extending agent. Activated charcoal has been found to increase the mean lifespan of older test animals by approximately 50% and their maximum lifespan by approximately 34%. But again, there could be different factors in regards to that. But I don't know. Activated, but okay. But again, if it's removing toxins from your body, that would of course help your body a lot. So and also helping it to actually take the nutrients. Instead of So again, it seems to be plus plus. Activated charcoal decreases the age-related increase in the brain sensitivity to drugs and toxins. I'm not sure what activated charcoal decreases the age-related increase in the brain sensitivity to drug and toxins. I'm not sure how that. 2. Activated charcoal keeps cholesterol and lipid metabolism under proper control. They have a lot of that cholesterol thing anyway. 3. The regular use of activated charcoal improves the adaptive functioning of essential organs, the liver, kidneys, and adrenals. So the regular use of activated charcoal improves the adaptive function of essential organs, the liver, the kidneys, and the adrenals. And that would be, a plus plus, absolutely. That translates into better defense mechanisms. Oh, okay, what is this? That sounds to be pretty good as well. Let's see. Oh, it's just abstract, the effect of but I guess that's probably from the same website, but longer down. Microscopic tissue analysis shows that activated charcoal prevents many cellular changes associated with aging, decreased protein synthesis, lower RNA activity, atherosclerosis, and organ fibrosis. So the cumulative effect from activated charcoal are longer life and improved overall health. The recommended protocol for anti-aging and life extension benefits is the same as for general detoxification. And life extension benefits is the same as for general detoxification. So again, let's try that again. Activated charcoal. So the cumulative effect from activated charcoal are longer life and improve overall health. So the cumulator, I guess, in regards of using it for a longer time, increased success, addictive, cumulative, increasing by successive addition. Yeah, again, I guess adding, having it each day, for example, would think. So the cumulative effect from activated charcoal are longer life and improve overall health. The recommended protocol for anti-aging and life extension benefits is the same as for general detoxification. Reducing cholesterol and coronary artery disease. You can help your heart, and of course, if you're removing toxins from your body easier, and the body easier can absorb nutrients, well, of course, it would be helpful on many things, So you should see an improvement overall in the body, right? If you're helping one system, you probably also will help other systems, work better. So reducing cholesterol and coronary artery disease. You can help your heart and circulatory system by taking activated charcoal. Activated charcoal lowers the concentration of total lipids, cholesterol, and triglycerides in the blood serum, liver, heart, and brain. In one study that was reported in the British journal Lancet on patients with high cholesterol, 80 grams, of activated charcoal taken 3 times a day lowered total Yeah, I need to get to the library. I think that's the anyway. Um, on patients with high cholesterol, 8 grams of activated charcoal taken 3 times a day lower total cholesterol 25%. Of activated charcoal taken 3 times a day lowered total cholesterol 25%. Now lowered LDL cholesterol 41% and doubled the HDL, LDL, high density lipoprotein, low density lipoprotein cholesterol ratio. Microscopic tissue examination studies have shown that a daily dose of activated charcoal may prevent sclerotic changes in the heart and coronary blood vessels. To help your heart and blood vessels, I suggest the following 12 to 7 grams. So to help your heart and blood vessels, I suggest the following 12 to 7 grams of activated charcoal twice a day for 1 month under the guidance of a physician who can measure cardiovascular improvement and cholesterol levels or whatever. But again, I guess just a little day by day and find a good amount of dose. 20 grams maybe. I don't know, twice a day. Could be. I guess that depends. If you have one meal, some go for the one meal thing. And I was thinking about that as well, because if you can just focus on one meal, then you have a lot of time for doing other things. And of course, you could use that time also for planning that one single meal. Which would be pretty nice as well. Counteradding pathogens. That would be nice as well, right? Pathogens, that's harmful organisms. Activated charcoal reduces the activity of some viruses. So if you catch a cold or the flu, try activated charcoal. You may suffer less and heal faster. So it reduces the activity of some viruses. So if you catch a cold or a flu, try activated charcoal. You may suffer less and heal faster. Activated charcoal also prevents the poisonous activity of many harmful bacteria in the human body by absorbing the toxins and enzymes that they generate. Studies have shown that activated charcoal is an effective treatment for dysentery, cholera, and many infectious conditions of the digestive tract. Now, of course, if you have fungi that is making a lot of toxins in the body, and again, it would be positive in both ways, even if, wherever it is, if it's in the body, systemic, if it helps clean the blood, and take the trash out, that would be helpful for the body. And if it helps in regards to the gut, in regards to fungi in the gut and all, so again, it would be, Oh, here we have, systemic candidiasis. Interesting. Oh, that's in regards, that's what we... Activated charcoal can be an effective adjunct to any... Okay, adjunct, I guess, something that is... let's have adjunct, something added to another thing, but not essential part. Adjunct, okay. Adjunct to any regime for the treatment of systemic Candida albicans infections. Activated charcoal absorbs much of the toxins that Candida produces. I was just thinking in those ways. Activated charcoal, so number one, activated charcoal absorbs much of the toxins that Candida produces that otherwise would be absorbed by the blood and carried throughout the body. These toxins produce pathological changes in tissues and organs and interfere with proper immune functions. And that will also, of course, make sense, because that's the idea, it seems, with these toxins of fungi, that if they can actually, they want their babies to survive, right? So one of the ways is to use toxins. Candida toxins cause allergic reaction and are responsible for the debilitating symptoms of candidiasis. So this is great, I would think, that's... but it is also the Mike the God guy is talking about 6 things, and one of the things that he has on his list is activated charcoal. And I do remember having looked in the past on these things, but again, there's so many things to try out and this and that. So you I never really got to really. I did make some thing out of seaweed where I burned it and all that. That was something in regards of these. Who was that actually that talked about people surviving for a long time and they would eat the ashes, or some things they would burn. They would have the ashes of, and they would put it in the food. I can't remember what that was. Oh, I think that was the pet doctor that talked about that. Anyway, activated charcoal suppress the growth of intestinal-based yeast. So activated charcoal suppresses the growth of the intestinal-based yeast. Nice, that would be nice. Activated charcoal counteracts the Herxheimer reaction, a severe short-term exacerbation. That's a hard one. Exacerbation. Activation that makes a problem of disease. Exacerbation, something like that. Exacerbation of candida symptoms caused by the copious amount. Good amount, I guess. Large in number, yeah.
Copious.
The large number of toxins produced by dying yeast cells as a result of a successful treatment. I do wonder if one could actually use the charcoal with the nystatin, actually, because the nystatin is not taken up by the body; it just stays in the gut. I don't know how the charcoal would do in regards to the nystatin. If there wasn't a problem, you could actually take the fluid nystatin and mix it with charcoal and then take it down. But I don't know if it actually would affect the nystatin in any way. It is a natural bacteria, poison against fungus. So it's I guess there's a possibility that the coal won't actually that it actually will just help in regards of taking up the toxins from other things. The Herxheimer reaction is often so unpleasant that patients abandon treatment before completion. So the Herx, it's like the medical system. They have all these words, so all this information that they have is hidden away from the public in regards of these things that we just should have known, right? The Herxheimer reaction is often so unpleasant that patients abandon treatment before completion. Yeah, that I guess that could be the case. It can be pretty rough. Activated charcoal is one method for alleviating the symptoms of yeast die-off so people can continue their treatment and not suffer. That's pretty nice. Of course, the nice thing to actually see that your body is reacting to things is that it's working, right? It's doing something, because you wouldn't feel so bad if it wasn't doing something, right? Anyway, I suggest 20 to 35 grams of activated coal a day in divided doses on an empty stomach until the problem is eliminated. The larger amount is taken for more severe situations. So I guess 40 grams a day, that would probably is still a lot. Again, a reminder, do not take required medications within 2 hours of taking activated charcoal. So again, that would be in regards of diflucan, probably would be a problem in regards of the activated charcoal, but the nystatin might not be a problem. I don't know. I don't know if the information is out there somewhere, if someone did a test on it. But I would think that it actually might be helpful in regards to the nystatin, where you're killing off fungi and thereby releasing toxins as well and all that in regards to the nystatin. And then if you had the charcoal with it, it would just swoop up the toxins, and you wouldn't have that many problems in regards of, so many issues. Anyway, intestinal complaints. Activated charcoal has been used by physicians since the last century to treat various intestinal complaints, abdominal distension, bloating, and flatulence. Respond favorable to treatment with activated charcoal. Diarrhea caused by food poisoning, bacteria, nervousness, and other factors is usually alleviated by taking activated charcoal. Some physicians have used activated charcoal to stop bleeding from ulcerative colitis and calm spastic colons. Activated charcoal is the best intestinal deodorant available. Taking activated charcoal counteracts decomposition products from food such as beans that cause flatulence and diarrhea. Individuals, and by the way, if there's usually in regards of beans, they can be poisonous and all that. So I guess the charcoal might actually help on taking these poisons away. Well, anyway, the cause flatulence and diarrhea. Individuals with malodorous stools should reach for activated. I'm not sure what malodorous stools are, but some kind of in regards of poop. That is, I guess. Oh, something that is having
Malodorous.
Okay, having an unpleasant smell. Apparently, that the charcoal apparently helps on that. So individuals with malodorous stools should reach for activated charcoal capsules. Travelers to foreign countries should be wise to pack activated charcoal. In my opinion, activated charcoal is the most practical way to effective counteract food poisoning. To alleviate intestinal disorder with activated charcoal, I recommend the following as an antidote for food poisoning. Take 4 to 12 grams of activated charcoal 3 times daily. For other intestinal complaints, take 4 to 10 grams of activated charcoal twice daily. So, yeah. Charcoal is safe. Toxicology studies have proven that activated charcoal is basically harmless. Ingesting high doses does not interfere with sleep, appetite, or well-being or cause major problems. There are several undesirable effects of using activated charcoal that can be avoided by complying with the following directions. Activated charcoal is highly absorbent when it is ingested at the same time as medication, supplements, and foods. It may decrease their absorption and utilization. Therefore, always allow 2 hours before and wait 2 hours after using activated charcoal to eat, take supplements, or swallow medication. So, I guess better safe than sorry in regards of taking it 2 hours after taking normal supplements. Activated charcoal has a natural tendency to cause constipation. Activated charcoal has a natural tendency to cause constipation. That can be counteracted. Well, we actually had the other information said that doesn't really fix to cause constipation. But that's what they say here. Activated charcoal has a natural tendency to cause constipation. That can be counteracted by taking small amounts of Cascara sagrada bark, a mild herbal laxative with the activated charcoal. I have no idea what that is. Cascara sagrada bark, but apparently it has a mild laxative with. Let's just take a screenshot here. Finally, but the other page said that there was not problem in regards of constipation, as far as I remember. Finally, activated charcoal harmlessly blackens your stools. Although black-gray stools look strange, they can be used to calculate your bowel transit time. Just measure the length of the time from taking activated charcoal to the appearance of the darkened stools. That would be true. That would be actually a way to actually calculate when and so forward, how fast it went through your system. I guess that might not be, that would be an interesting experiment, I guess. So not all charcoal is alike. Numerous companies manufacture activated charcoals, each of which can have different absorptive capacities, different source materials, and manufacturing procedures give each brand of activated charcoal its own pore diameters and internal volume that determines its absorption capacity. The USB, United States Pharmacopoeia or something like that, standard for activated charcoal specifies an internal surface area of 1000 m2 per gram. Square meters per gram. Okay, square meters per gram. Recently, several companies have begun manufacturing super activated charcoals with up to 3 times the internal surface area per gram and far greater absorption power than standard activated charcoal. For example, Superchar, available from Gulf Western, has an internal surface area of 3000 m2 per gram. So we go from 1000 m2 per gram, that's okay, to 3000 per, so has an internal surface area of 3000 m2 per gram. Actidosis Aqua Paddock has a surface area of 1600 m2 per gram. In this article, all the recommended doses for activated charcoal are based on the standard of 1000 m2 per gram. If you can obtain a super activated charcoal, use proportionately less. So powders, capsules, tablets. I prefer capsules because they are convenient and non-messy. Activated charcoal tablets are not effective. They take too long to disintegrate and release the activated charcoal. Activated charcoal powder is the best way to quickly ingest a large dose, but unfortunately it is messy. So, tastes like a charcoal briquette. Charcoal briquette, I guess.
Briquette.
Briquette, okay, in regards, okay. And blackens your teeth, gums, and tongue. Well, I don't really care about that. That's okay. Ideal charcoal preparation. I have developed a special activated charcoal preparation called Absorbed for the age reduction cooperation. Absorb contains a super absorption activated charcoal, a small amount of the herb Cascara sagrada to counteract charcoal-induced constipation, and 13 primarily homeopathic cleansing remedies. Absorbed is encapsulated in an oversized capsules for rapid disintegration, and so fewer capsules are required than with other activated charcoal capsules. Note: Absorb is not available anymore. So that's pretty much abstract. Oh, that was in regards of, it was on this, the effect of repeated causes of interoception. So good, guys, let's see here. Interoception, no idea. Maybe I could check it in the medical medical thing here and see what we get. Let's see if it finds anything. Will be interesting. So 2 weeks more in regards to diflucan. Can I wonder if it, and then figure out in regards of anyway, doesn't really seem to be anything. So I should actually find out how to actually make this product, and then get, of course the wood is probably not dry now because it's always raining at the moment. So that might be a problem. As I understand, it needs to be, would probably be nice if it's actually, of course, it's pretty cold outside as well, and don't really have the clothing either. It's just going downhill for, on any, so many things. Abstract: the effect of repeated causes of interoception upon the mean and maximal lifespan and some functional and metabolic indices was determined in 28-month-old Wistar rats. Significant increase of mean and maximal lifespan of old rats was noted at certain regimens of interoception. The experimental animals demonstrated less marked age-related structural and ultrastructural changes in the liver, kidneys, myocardium. Not sure what that is. The middle muscular layer of the heart wall, okay. Intestines, pancreas, as compared with control animals. Interoception leads to a reduction of pentobarbital-induced sleep, decrease of content of chitochrome. Haven't I seen that before? In regards of candida, in regards of, I don't know, maybe that's something else in regards of, let's see, candida. I thought that was something in regards to the pathway of whatever. They talk about, different numbers, criticum. Let's try to see. Candida 450. Let's see if it finds anything. Um, no, doesn't really link it to Candida. Here we have fatty acids catalyzed by cytochrome P450. I do have some headache at the moment, little, not too much, but it's there. I do wonder why that could be. Oh well. Here we go in regards of the interaction of a panel of antifungals with the cytochromes P450. I think actually it's in regards to the azoles. Azoles, by antifungal EMA, okay. Inhibition of cytochromes 450. I think it was in regards of but maybe, that's cytochrome. Okay, what was the other thing? That was, that is cytochrome. Candida albicans, no, see. Yes, it says cytochrome. So that's something in regards to how they work and so forward. I still don't understand how they actually, if the Candida becomes resistant to one, why it wouldn't actually become resistant to the rest, because they're still using the same gateway. All inhibitors study demonstrated non-selected inhibition of P450s. Again, there's a lot of numbers here and there. What do I know? Let's just get back to the thing here. Where did we go? Okay. So decrease of content of cytochrome P450. I do wonder if that might be good in regard of the cytochrome. I do wonder might be good in regards of fungus related. But anyway, blood cholesterol and triglycerides and cardiac and cerebral tissue cholesterol, total lipids, liver cholesterol and triglycerides. Interoception was found to increase the RNA and protein biosynthesis in the liver, kidneys and adrenals of old animals. And last paragraph. Thus, the data presented suggests that the interoception has a potent effect upon an aging organism. This notion can be supported by the interoception-induced changes in the lifespan, prolongation, structural and ultrastructural changes, shift in protein and RNA biosynthesis, and a lipid metabolism in the content of microsomal enzymes and so forth. This work substantiates the need for further search for regimes of interoception and combination of it with other effects aimed at a lifespan prolongation. Currently, the question remains whether the described interoception effect are related with the sorption of the known or supposed metabolites, or with the changes in the content of some physiologically active substances and subsequent regulatory transformation, or with both. The main thing is the experiment with the interoception persuade that altering the humoral environment of an organism may affect the rate of aging, the biological age of animals, and thus their lifespan. Here we have the different things like, reading more, you can click here. I haven't really tried that, I think, but anyway, let's try it out and see what happens. It's from 2006, it seems, on the Roman pagan calendar. Oh, there we go, in regards of a book, the complete handbook of medicinal charcoal and its applications. Okay. It's just incredible. We don't know things that we just should have known from childhood of. Anyway, I've pretty much got that done, and I'm going to stop now. And may Jehovah bless you, and may Yeshua be a most precious pearl, and may the Spirit of truth, be in us all. Amen. Have a good one, all of you. Bye bye.